Welcome everyone, I am Denise and this is my channel at Tropical Seductions, and in today's video it's all about Hoyas. I'm gonna show you guys my Hoya collection, and I ordered plants from Thailand. That was my very first overseas orders for Hoya plants, and unfortunately they have been in transit for over 20 days. So when the box arrived yesterday, I had to open it immediately. So I did a very quick unprepared unboxing video, which of course I'm going to include. But guys, we're gonna start with the Hoya collection. If you know me, you know I like to start off big, so we're starting with my Hoya obovata. It is known for its round leaves with some speckles on them, and the Hoya leaves are usually a little bit on the thicker side. They like to store water in their leaves, which means they don't need to be watered as often as other houseplants. And I just recently repot this bad boy, so it is in a bigger pot. And while doing so, it dropped a bunch of leaves, so I hope it will adjust to the new pot very soon. I water this plant every 2 weeks. It's doing so good. I have had this plant for a little bit over a year now in my collection. It used to be in the bedroom, then I moved all my Hoyas into the living room. If you have watched my houseplant tour video, the part 1, the living room, then you will know that all of the Hoyas are in the living room. But guys, time has changed. I moved them all back into the bedroom because I believe that the extra humidity will actually help these plants thrive. This is the Hoya obovata. The Hoya Collection. This plant has been unappreciated by me for a long time, I know. When I purchased it, it was not trailing. It didn't have any string. And it took a few months before it started to trail, and when it did so, this is when of course I fell in love with it. And guys, look at this beautiful pattern on the leaves. And this Hoya is not an uncommon Hoya. You can sometimes find it in a nursery, but you can for sure find this one on Etsy or eBay, and I can highly recommend it. It's bringing me so much joy. It is in a loose and airy cacti soil mix like all of my Hoya plants, because I am a heavy waterer, so I need to keep them all in a airy soil mix. And like all my Hoyas, I water this one every 2 weeks when I see that the top is super dry. Next up is a unidentified Hoya species. This is how it was sold to me, as the Hoya X097. I love this one for its pointy leaves that are narrow with dark veinage and has these curled glossy leaves which are super gorgeous. I purchased this one here in Los Angeles from a Rainbow Nursery, a local nursery. This was for the 2 leaves around $20-something. I would say this is a uncommon, super beautiful, glossy, pointy, narrow leaves. The Hoya X097. Yes, the Hoya species Vietnam X number 6 right here. And of course, I love this plant for its elongated pointy leaves. There is a pattern in my taste, I know, and it has also dark veinage. And it had 2 more leaves when I purchased this. You saw it in my mega rare plant sale from Leaf and Spine. This is where I purchased this bad boy for $30, but unfortunately it dropped the 2 leaves within the first days. I don't know, it might didn't like the immediate repotting, which I did, but this is a huge leaf. If you compare it to my hand, these are big leaves. And again, in a super chunky soil mix for all of my Hoyas. By now, I was supposed to know the name of this beautiful Hoya, but guys, I forgot. This is a very common Hoya and it is gorgeous. It has these dark green leaves with a black rim. Gorgeous black rim. And if you know the name, I know a bunch of you have this plant, please drop the name in the comments. and helped me out to figure out what is the name of this gorgeous plant. And it is in a very airy soil mix. So we have, you can see orchid bark, perlite, charcoal. We have all the good things in here, and it seems to enjoy it. I got this plant at a plant swap. I just call it Hoya Black Rim. Another Hoya Vietnam. This seems like to be one of my favorites because they have those pointy leaves, which I love, and also the gloss, which I'm a sucker for. This one is more of a rounder form. The last two Hoya Vietnams had a more narrow form, but this one is a more rounder, but still has this beautiful dark leaves with black veining, and again in a super airy soil mix. I purchased this one at the mega rare plant sale from Leaf and Spine. I can't remember the price, but I know that I left the price in the video, so you guys check the video out. It is super interesting. They had so many good plants, it was crazy. The Hoya Vietnam without any numbers, that's the one. So this is a hybrid. This is the Hoya Collection X Eskimo or Hoya Eskimo X Collection, and this one is like a little bushy tree. Look at that. That is so adorable, and it put out new growth here, and here on the top the baby leaf, which I'm super excited about. Look at that beautiful dark tiny leaves with the speckles. And I don't own the Koreana and I don't own the Eskimo, and they are on my wish list, but I own this hybrid. But look at this heart-shaped leaf down here. This is so cute, and I think this one was 25. Was it? Yes, it was 25. Next up is the Hoya kentiana. I purchased this plant from Hertz Garden, and there is a bunch of people saying, no, Denise, this is not a Hoya kentiana. This is a Hoya shapidii, but I paid kentiana money for it, and as long as the flowers and blooms don't prove me otherwise, I'm gonna stick with it. And this is known for its beautiful, elongated, pointy, narrow, gorgeous leaves, which I love. The Hoya linearis is the last plant in my collection before I show you guys the new arrivals. And this one is a dead string, which I purchased. It got a bend, so the leaves didn't get any water. But the two here in the front are gifts from a planty friend from Instagram. And I just love the Hoya linearis. I can't believe that I missed out on both of the Plantarina restocks. Before Plantarina came along, I would call this Hoya linearis a rare and hard to find Hoya, but now they are popping up everywhere. People are buying the big pots and splitting them into more and reselling them, so you can find those easily on the internet. I really want a full and lush pot of Hoya linearis. And thank you so much at Robin for this gorgeous linearis. It is beautiful, and I'm super happy and super proud. Okay, so now I'm excited because it looks alive. It looks alive. I was like expecting the worst. And it is long and big. I wanted this plant so bad, and I'm so happy. So let's see. Oh yeah. Ooh. Can you freaking believe how good the plants look? I can't believe this. Like I said, I ordered them March, I ordered them in February, but they sent shipping March 4th and they arrived March 24th, 20 days. after they were boxed and shipped, and that's a day later. The Hoya Rot und Flora, guys, not one yellow leaf, not one yellow leaf, it hasn't dropped any leaves. It was super dry, of course, and this is not the pot it's going to stay in, because this is not a regular pot. It doesn't have a drainage hole, but this is good enough for it to soak up all the water and get a good drink. And guys, this is such a stunning plant. It has watermarks. I haven't cleaned it yet, so I would call this a rare uncommon Hoya. You can find cuttings of these on the internet, on Etsy or eBay, and usually pay between 25 and 40 just for these 6-8 leaves. I'm just so happy. Yes. So happy. The Hoya imbricata, 24 hours after I opened the box. I'm so in love with this uncommon rare plant. The leaf is just so interesting. So this plant is not as healthy as it should be. Here on the top we have hardened leaves, but down here the leaves are still super soft, which means this plant needs to drink more. It needs more moisture, so I hope it will perk up soon. It is in the temporary pot. It's not gonna stay in this one, but for right now, to help it suck up the moisture that it needs, I'm gonna leave it in here. And guys, just look at this weird shaped leaves. These are so interesting, and the leaves are usually round, and they climb and attach themselves to trees or wood with the round leaves. But if they don't have anything to climb on, then they would just fold within themselves, and that's why you get those shapes that looks like a taco. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram at Tropical Seduction. Why? If you like saving money and getting things for free plant related, follow me on Instagram. I post on my Instagram stories about amazing deals and codes that I find, and yes, they are amazing. Yesterday I posted about free pots from Potty, 50% off, and the extra $10, it was $0 for the pots. I have the proof right here, guys. And also last week there was a 50% off of a top fill humidifier, and with all the codes applied, it was only $25 for the humidifier, and my Instagram followers were able to get it before it shut down. This is what I do. I love me a good bargain, and I love to share it with my followers on Instagram and here on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram if you like saving.
There's something with me and elongated and pointy leaves. Then there is also a thing with me and heart-shaped leaves, and I have a huge thing for velvet leaves, and I'm also a sucker for round leaves and variegated leaves and burgundy leaves and leaves that are like dark full